What's happening, folks? My name is Ipaintcreatures, also known as IPC, and I want to first thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking your precious life, energy, and time to come watch the video today. And today I'm showing you a fantastical creature I created for a commission, and I painted right on a t-shirt and made this kind of mechanical mech sea turtle that's flying through the air, and it has my main character Shigin up there and driving it along, and it has all this communication technology, and it got me thinking about what I'm going to talk about on this video, which is all about thinking into the beyond, thinking from the end, thinking in the completion stage, and getting rid of all the lack, limitation, and failure that a lot of us have programmed into our mindset. And we either got that from advertising, our parents, from teachers, social institutions that kind of put a lot of limitation on us, saying, you know, well, you grew up that way, so you can't reach those heights, or, you know, you grew up in that kind of financial level, so you don't have the resources, so you live in a lot of lack, you know. And then, of course, the failure, you know, because your parents or authority figures, they weren't successful in something they embarked on. They stopped, you know. They warn you and tell you that you could be a failure there and not to spend your time, you know, investing in that. And one way I deal with it a lot is, of course, you know, I'm an artist, a poet, a working artist, and so I do art constantly, and I know it's so healthy for my mental scape of thinking, you know, from the beyond, from the complete spectrum of things, you know, and it gets me past all that lack, limitation, and failure, in the sense that, you know, like when I'm doing this sea turtle right here, I had to visualize, you know, the ending and where it's going to end, especially because I'm doing it for a client, so I got to watch my time on it, and I want it to be a certain quality, and I want it to display my certain skill set that I built, you know. And so you know, art automatically, and I'm not just talking about painting and drawing, I'm talking about living artistically, living creatively. And one way to do that, you know, I wanted to use a Joseph Campbell quote. And those of you who don't know Joseph Campbell, he was a world-renowned mythologist, and I ran into him when I was working at Lucasfilm. I didn't run into him personally, but I ran into his whole philosophy, because I found out that George Lucas basically, you know, used a lot of his, you know, world mythology knowledge to, you know, heighten his creativity and see in the beyond, and see Star Wars as a reality. Because I don't know if most of you know, but Star Wars in the beginning was kind of a freak idea. He even showed it to like Spielberg and Francis Ford Coppola, and they said, well, you'll probably break even. It's kind of an out there idea, you know. It was in times when a lot of the films were like classic films, so they just dealt with, you know, reality and romance and all that. And so basically you can use creativity and art, right? And what Joseph Campbell says is, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. You see, life has no meaning. Each of us has meaning, and we bring it to life. And one of the ways we bring to life is we get in that verb space, which is creativity, and you know, applying and awakening your mental faculties, which, you know, look at things more creative problem solving, and then fill it in with wonder, which brings all kinds of possibilities and ideas outside the norm and outside the box and outside all of your lack, limitation, and failure. So you know, pick up some art, you know, in the sense, that's why they're called humanities, because they really build what you really need to survive, and especially amongst, you know, the modern high-tech information society that creates a lot of noise out there. And, you know, that's just one way to get the possibilities and have your imagination be your ally, your narrator within, that narrator that talks to you all day long, you know. Get it to be your ally more than your parasite and your opposite. But thanks for watching the video. And for those of you interested, I'm on Skillshare.com, and I'm gonna post a class this week that's breaks down the whole process of painting on this t-shirt and making this fantastical creature, and of course, you know, really applying the principles of art that basically help you get rid of unprocessed emotions and get rid of that lack, limitation and failure in your thinking process in your day-to-day existence. So thank you all for watching the video. Come back, hit that subscribe, that bell, tell your friends about it, and let's get this going on. Thanks a lot.